Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Wa ba'd. Continuing, this is our second lesson. And this is our second lesson in our series of lessons of Aqeedah Made Easy. The last lesson was just an introduction, and now we'll move further. The Islamic Aqeedah is the pillar of the religion, and it is its foundation, and it is the secret of the Muslims' power, and the secret of the Muslims being uppermost, and the religion of Islam being uppermost and being dominant over all other religions. Because it has, and the reason for this is that it contains in it certain special qualities which are not found in other than it. And the first of these qualities is that it is built upon the Tawheed. It is built upon the oneness of Allah Azza wa Jal. So Tawheed, especially the Tawheed of Allah's worship, that Allah alone deserves to be worshipped. Allah alone created, manages, and looks after the affairs, and all of creation is dependent upon Allah, whereas Allah is free and independent and in no need of anything and anyone. And to Allah belongs the most beautiful names and the highest attributes, and He is the only perfect one, Jalla wa Ala. And so He, because of this, based upon this, and based upon, and other than this, and based upon the manifestation of Allah's perfection in His creation by the creation itself, which is the manifestation of Allah's names and attributes, and by the kindness and all the bounties and favors and grace that Allah has bestowed upon us, He alone deserves to be worshipped, because there is none like Allah Azza wa Jal. So this is the cornerstone, this is the root, this is the core of the special qualities of the Islamic Aqeedah, the Islamic faith, the Islamic religion. And that is singling out Allah for worship, because He alone deserves to be worshipped, and singling out the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be followed. And that is the meaning of the Shahada, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. None has a right to be worshipped except Allah, the Tawheed of Allah. And Muhammadur Rasulullah, submitting and following and imitating and taking and accepting everything that has come to us from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Tawheed of Allah, worshipping Allah alone, and following the Messenger, following everything that has come to us from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and taking him alone as our role model. The second special quality or special characteristic is that the Islamic Aqeedah is built upon tawqif, that it is built upon the text. It is built upon sticking and adhering to the revelation, and the Aqeedah is taken directly from the revelation and not from any other place. So the source of the Aqeedah, the source from where we take our Aqeedah, is a divine source, and that is the revelation. We don't go beyond the book of Allah and the hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. We don't derive the Aqeedah from analogy, from some particular person's opinion, but we derive it directly from the book, the Quran, and the hadith, and that which the Ummah, especially the Sahaba and the Tabi'een, Atba' Tabi'een, had agreement upon, that this is what they learnt. That, for example, Atba' Tabi'een, those who the students of the students of the students of the companions learnt it from their teachers, who were the students of the companions, who learnt it from the companions, who learnt it from directly from the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. So the source is divine. The source from where we take our Aqeedah and we derive our Aqeedah is divine. The third characteristic is that the Islamic Aqeedah agrees with the natural disposition, the correct or the untouched or the uncorrupted fitrah, which is the natural disposition, the natural inclination that we have in our heart, which Allah created us upon. Before that fitrah, that natural inclination, that natural disposition is corrupted by the devils of mankind and jinn, before it's been corrected by doubts and desires. The fourth characteristic is that the Islamic Aqeedah agrees with the sound intellect, as long as that intellect has not been corrupted by doubts, by other ideologies, and by desires and wants and what we would like. As long as that intellect has not been corrupted. So the Islamic Aqeedah agrees with the fitrah, as long as the fitrah has not been corrupted, and with the intellect, as long as the intellect is sound and has not been corrupted. The fifth is that it is all encompassing, and it doesn't just talk about one aspect of life, or one aspect of the universe, or one aspect of mankind. No, but it covers everything that one needs to live in this dunya. So it doesn't leave any aspect from the aspects of the universe, except that it tells us about it, or it gives us the correct way of looking at it and viewing it, or about life. Every part of life, every field of life, every sphere of life, the Islamic Aqeedah has given us the correct way of looking at it, the correct way of viewing it, the correct way of living within it. And everything that mankind needs, then the Islamic Aqeedah has clarified it and told us how to view it. The sixth principle, or the sixth characteristic, is that it tashabuh, it is complementary, or it resembles, there is resemblance within its rules, meaning that each part of it agrees with the other part of it, or each part of it follows on to the next part. So there is no contradiction between any part of it, and there is no opposition in any of it. One part of it doesn't oppose another part of it. The seventh principle, or the seventh characteristic, is al-wasatiyya, is that it is the middle path. It is the middle path between extremes. It is the middle way between extremes. So the religion, the Aqeedah, is justice between the extremism of going too far and the extremism of falling short. So it is the middle path between these two extremes. And that's why you will find in the statements and in the fundamentals of the Islamic Aqeedah that they are the middle, they are always in the middle ground between the two extreme views in any issue or any matter. And that will be where we stop for today's lesson. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد والله أعلم.